Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we sow Tuberous Begonia seeds. So let's go! Even though this video focuses on Tuberous Begonia seeds, be on the lookout because I'll be sowing my wax or fibrous begonia seeds very shortly. I live in New Hampshire, I garden in zone 5B, and my average last frost date is May 15th, and that's based on my zip code. Today is February 6th, which means if you count backwards from May 15th to today, we are about 14 weeks away from my average last frost date. I've been holding back on starting seeds too early indoors. I've learned my lesson the hard way. If you start plants too early indoors, sometimes it causes unnecessary stress on the plants. However, when it comes to tuberous begonia seeds, they need a lot of time. You want to sow those seeds anywhere from 14 to 16 weeks before your average last frost date. Last year was my first time sowing tuberous begonia seeds. I called it an experiment because I wasn't sure how it would turn out. Well, it was a huge success, and I was very happy with the success rate of those seeds. I used seeds that I had collected, and when it comes to those seeds, they are super tiny. They're almost like dust. And then I sowed the seeds in pre-moistened seed starting mix. I sowed them inside of restaurant takeout containers, and I multi-sowed the seeds pretty heavily because the seeds are so small. Now the seeds need light to germinate, so I pressed the seeds into the soil. And after that, I covered the restaurant takeout container with clear plastic wrap, and that just holds in the moisture and makes it a little bit more humid inside there for the seeds to be able to germinate. I placed the takeout container on a seedling heat mat because the seeds need between 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit to germinate. And I kept the seedling heat mat plugged in 24 hours a day. These takeout containers were also under grow lights, and my grow lights are on 16 hours a day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuberous begonia seeds are very, very slow to germinate, so be patient. It can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks for the seeds to germinate. But as soon as I had very good germination rate with my tuberous begonia seeds, I then removed the restaurant takeout container off of the seedling heat mat, but I continued to keep the seedlings under the grow lights. Once the seedlings had their first set of true leaves, I started to thin out the seedlings, which means I pricked them out and I potted them up. And I continued potting the seedlings up as they got a little bigger each time. And then after hardening off the plants for about a week or so, I was able to pot up the plants in pots and containers, and they just look so pretty. And the most amazing part was they eventually created a tuber. I was able to lift the tubers in the fall. I've stored the tubers in my garage, and I'll be potting up those tubers very soon as well. When it comes to days to maturity, tuberous begonias can take anywhere from 119 to 133 days for them to bloom from a seed. That's a long time, but if you're like me and you're up for the challenge, then it's a fun process to do. So with all that said, I absolutely need to get these seeds sown because I'm running out of time actually, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and sow these seeds together. So here are some tuberous begonia seeds that I collected a few years ago. In fact, that's one of my goals going into this year is I'm going to be on the lookout for more tuberous begonia seeds that I can collect because it's so much fun and it's free. This one right here is a yellow color tuberous begonia. And then we have one that's more of an orange color, and then one over here that's a reddish orange color. And I wasn't lying when I said that the seeds are like dust. Now keep in mind, if you were to buy the seeds online, they very likely will be pelletized. And if they're pelletized, that means that they're only viable for maybe 1 or 2 years, because pelleted seeds lose their viability a lot quicker than seeds that are not pelleted. Here I have some seed starting mix. I like to make my own seed starting mix, and I'll put a link to a video down in the description. It's basically 2 parts of peat moss, but you can use cocoa coir, to 1 part of very fine vermiculite. And then I add a small pinch of dolomite lime, which helps offset the pH of the peat moss. I also poured boiling hot water on my seed starting mix. You want to use pre-moistened seed starting mix, but also the boiling hot water helps kill any possible fungus gnat eggs that might be in here. When I squeeze my seed starting mix, notice there's no water dripping out. But when I let go, it's holding its form. And that's the right consistency that you want for your seed starting or potting mix. And the reason I like to use seed starting mix for tuberous begonias is because, as you saw, the seeds are super tiny. And I want them to be able to have the greatest success. So I would rather use seed starting mix for this very small seed over potting mix, which might have big chunks in it. I like to use restaurant takeout containers because honestly they're free to me and they make wonderful little greenhouses. In fact, this one has little vent holes in it, which is wonderful because in case it gets too hot in there. And I did make holes in the bottom of the container because you want to bottom water your seedlings. You don't ever want to water them from above because that can introduce all sorts of problems. So I'm going to go ahead and add my seed starting mix to my container. And now I'm going to press on the seed starting mix. I want to take out any air pockets that might be in there. I don't want to press too hard because I don't want to compact the seed starting mix too much. And I've gone ahead and made labels so that you can see the 3 different colors there. When it comes to seed starting, I do like to use garden markers because I find that they don't wear off as easily as a pen or a Sharpie. So I'm just going to place these right here. And I'm okay with putting multiple different types of seeds in this container because all of the seeds are the same type of plant, meaning they're all tuberous begonias. You wouldn't want to do this if you had plants in here that grow very slowly, like the tuberous begonias, and then plants that grow very fast, like let's say marigolds. And I'm also going to go ahead and add dividers in the middle, just so that when I sow my seeds, I know exactly where these seeds are, these ones in the middle, and these ones at the end. So let's start with the red-orange tuberous begonias, and I do want to point out that these seeds are a couple of years old. That's okay. Typically, seeds are fine for a few years. So we will be heavily sowing the seeds anyway, and only the viable seeds will sprout. So I want to point out, if you ignore the shiny vermiculite, the little specks right up here, those are actually the seeds of tuberous begonias. They're almost a reddish-brown color. So I am very liberally sprinkling the seeds on here. Now, when I go from one packet to the other, I will be washing my hands. Although, honestly, when it comes to it, if some of these seeds mix with these seeds, I'm fine with that because eventually, once they're blooming, I'll know their colors. And since I'm a home gardener, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I could be mixing all the seeds in here and then potting them up. And then eventually, when they start blooming, I'll know their colors. So instead of just pouring the contents of the seed packet out, I'm just doing this. I'm just taking my finger and getting the seeds from inside the seed packet. Trust me, they're on there. The next thing we're going to do is press down on the seeds. We can't see the seeds, but they're on there. The key is we want to make good contact between the seeds and the seed starting mix. Just pressing down lightly. And now I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'll go after the orange tuberous begonia seeds. I'll sow those here, and then wash my hands, and then do the light yellow tuberous begonia seeds over there. Here are the orange tuberous begonia seeds. And there are a ton of seeds on there. It'd be interesting to find out exactly how many seeds are on there. Press down. And then I'll wash my hands, and then we'll tackle the light yellow tuberous begonia seeds. And you can see I have a lot of the yellow tuberous begonia seeds over here. So many seeds. So go ahead and sprinkle those. If you're new to seed starting, tuberous and wax begonias are probably not the best to start with, but I think it's a fun challenge. I really enjoy it. And I recommend this summer, if you're looking for begonia seeds, check out my other videos where I show you how to collect the seeds from tuberous and wax begonias. It's actually very easy. And we're going to press down on those seeds. I prefer this method of multi-sowing the seeds because honestly, I only want to prick out plants that have germinated. It saves a lot of room under my grow lights, and you'll notice that we press the seeds in because the seeds do need light to germinate. And I'm just going to use this small hand pump sprayer. I like to add a little additional water on top of the seeds just so that they really press into the seed starting mix and have a better chance of germination. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible because I don't want to dislodge the seeds too much, seeing that they're so tiny. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the cover. Notice that it's clear. That allows light to come in. You could definitely use clear plastic wrap or anything else that is clear that allows the light to come in. The key is you want to make it a nice humid environment for those seeds so that they have a better chance to germinate. And also you want to be able to keep the moisture in there. That's very important. Now I'm placing the restaurant takeout container on a seedling heat mat which stays on 24 hours a day in order to get the 70 to 75 degree Fahrenheit range. And notice I have my grow lights here. These are turned on 16 hours a day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Remember, be patient. It might take 2 to 3 weeks to see some sort of germination. Once I see good germination, I will remove this container off of the heat mat, but I'll make sure that they're still under the grow lights because they will need that nice strong light. Thinning out and potting up will be done as soon as I have my first set of true leaves. Seedling mats are great, but what you'll notice is the seed starting or potting mix dries out very quickly. So you want to be diligent, and since these seeds take so long to germinate, I'm going to have to make sure that the seedling mix does not dry out. And what I'll be doing is I will be spraying the top. I will not be bottom watering to start with. I will start bottom watering as soon as the seedlings have germinated. I'll be making a lot of other videos when it comes to seed starting, but for these tuberous begonias, I'll also bring you along with the process on potting them up, fertilizing, hardening them off, and getting them out in the landscape. And let me know if you've ever tried starting tuberous begonias from seed. I'd love to know what variety you tried and how you did it. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.